Johnny, get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Take it on the run, on the run, on the run. Hear them calling you and me, every son of liberty. Hurry right away, no delay, go today. Make your daddy glad to have had such a lad. Tell your sweetheart not to pine, to be proud her boy's in line. Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over, over there, over there, over there. Send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums rum-tumming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back.
My name's Fred Cocaine. I'm commander of Thomas Bushnell Chapter 171 of the Disabled American Veterans, and I'll be hosting your services today. Please stand and join my chaplain, Audrey Jones, for the invocation. Uncover.
Today we are here to honor those that have served our country and given their lives so that we may stand here and still live in freedom. We need to be constantly reminded of our gift of freedom and of those who gave all to make sure future generations continue to know life in a free, democratic society. Remembering those who have passed is only half of the task that is before us today. We must also carry their love, honor, and duty forward to the future generations that will pass. Our children must know who they were, what they did, and why they did it. To do anything less would be disservice to our sacrifices and their memories. Those are the gone created a clear pathway for us to continue on. We must never waver from that path of freedom and democracy. Take their memories, take their dreams, and walk forward, soldiering the cause of freedom. Carry it high and proud that they did, and now you must walk forward for them and for our children. Amen.
Thank you, Audrey. Please face the colors and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. And salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started this morning, I'd like to read a letter that I got yesterday from a school in Syracuse, in fact. It's from two teachers down there that teach third and fourth grade. And it says, we teach third grade, in the city of Syracuse, New York. The students we teach are 8 and 9 years old and have just begun to understand the idea of freedom and how men and women are willing to travel around the world to fight for and defend it. However, they fully understand what heroes are. That is how we explain the difficult job that veterans and military personnel do on our behalf. We have taught our students to be thankful for the men and women who currently serve in the nation's military and those who have served before them. Since then, our students have become very interested in learning about veterans and hearing the stories of true veterans. The student said, well, I'm glad we have them to keep us safe. And we replied, we are too. Thank you for everything you've done to serve our nation and to protect the freedoms we are lucky enough to enjoy every day. Your service and sacrifice do not go unnoticed. We wish you peace and safety as you continue to serve or transition from service into civilian life. We are grateful for your commitment, service, and bravery today and every day. And one of the students, named Brandon, wrote a little note. It says, "Dear veterans, thank you for being brave by keeping us safe. And thank you for being heroes and being safe and giving me freedom. And thank you for your service, Brandon." Now I will be sending a response back to these teachers, thanking them and telling them how grateful we are that they teach Americanism and patriotism in their classes. Veterans Day originated as Armistice Day on November 11th, 1919, the first anniversary of the end of the World War I. Congress passed a resolution in 1926 for an annual observance, and November 11th became a national holiday beginning in 1938. Unlike Memorial Day, Veterans Day pays tribute to all American veterans, living or dead, but especially gives thanks to the living veterans who served their country honorably during war or peacetime. In 1954, President Dwight D. Eisenhower officially changed the name of the holiday from Armistice Day to Veterans Day. In 1968, the Uniform Holidays Bill was passed by Congress, which moved the celebration of Veterans Day to the fourth Monday in October. The law went into effect in 1971, but in 1975, then President Gerald Ford returned Veterans Day to November 11th due to the important historical significance of the date. Great Britain, France, Australia, and Canada also commemorate veterans of World War I and World War II on or near November 11th. Canada has Remembrance Day, while Britain has Remembrance Sunday, the second Sunday of November. In Europe, Great Britain, and the Commonwealth countries, it's common to observe 2 minutes of silence at 11 a.m. every November 11th. Now please stand and join me in the national anthem. I know you all know the words. Please give your attention to AMVET's Post 4 Rifle Squad for the running of the rifle salute, to be followed by taps played by Charlene Dumas and Bernie Hazelton for our fallen comrades. Thank you, Rifle Squad members, and thank you, Bernie and Charlene. You do an excellent job every year. I would like to thank the commanders of the post, Vern Drew, VFW commander, Bob LeBeck, American Legion commander, Ken Kells, and Vets commander for attending today's services. I don't see the mayor here. Oh, there he is. Mayor Courier, thank you for coming. Is Supervisor O'Shaughnessy here as well? No? Okay. Well. Oh, excuse me. I almost forgot. Marine Corps League Commander Dale Kellogg, thank you. Thanks, Vern. I especially would like to thank the fire station for their gracious use of their facility so we can hold this indoors and not outside in that cold. Today's services are significant because today marks the 100th anniversary of the signing of the armistice in Compiègne, France. It came into force at 11 a.m. Paris time on November 11th, the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. It marked a victory for the Allies and a complete defeat for Germany, although not formally a surrender. Today, President Donald Trump is in Paris, France to commemorate the signing of the armistice. This is a great gesture by a sitting president. From this great war and others, there arose many great veterans organizations. VFW was founded in 1899 when veterans of the Spanish-American War and the Philippine insurrection returned and found there was no medical care or veterans' pensions for them. They were left to care for themselves. Some of these veterans banded together and formed organizations that would eventually join to become the Veterans of Foreign Wars. In 1919, the year after the signing of the armistice ending World War I, the American Legion was founded in Paris. Focusing on service to veterans, service members, and communities, the Legion evolved from a group of war-weary veterans of World War I into one of the most influential nonprofit organizations in the United States. The Disabled American Veterans was founded in 1921. At that time, the organization was known as the Disabled American Veterans of World War. The DAV helps veterans of all ages and their families get the health, disability, and financial benefits they earn. They provide free professional assistance to veterans of all service eras. Their national network of highly trained professionals, all veterans themselves, serve more veterans than any other organization. The Marine Corps League was formed in 1922. Its charter was formally approved in 1937 and signed by then-President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The Marine Corps League perpetuates the traditions and spirit of all Marines and Fleet Marine Force corpsmen who proudly wear or have worn the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor of the Corps. AMVETS was established December 10, 1944, during World War II. It advocates for its members as well as for causes that its members deem helpful to the nation at large. All of these organizations have different membership criteria, but all have a common theme. First, they all have a belief in God. Second, they strive to achieve 100% Americanism. Not globalism, not socialism, not communism, but Americanism. They all devote themselves to community, state, and nation. They share a belief in law and order. They strive to preserve the memories of incidents shared with comrades during their associations together. They all pledge to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. And lastly, they devote themselves to mutual helpfulness, a striving in all good ways to assist and sustain each other in the ups and downs, the successes and reverses of our worldly life. Recently, some AMVETS and auxiliary members put on a benefit dinner with all proceeds going to DAV. This aids us in our support of local disabled veterans. This is an example of mutual helpfulness. If another organization is holding a fundraiser for whatever cause they've deemed worthy, support them. Help them reach their goal, and they in turn will support you. We're all separate organizations, but we can work together as one. We all strive to help veterans and their families and must stay focused on this noble cause and not become self-centered. Thank you. Please join with Chaplain Audrey Jones for the benediction. Uncover.
We remember today all those who have come before us and given the greatest gift to our democratic nation, their lives. Their duty, their honor, and their lives are precious gifts that must be given to the future of our country and our families. The duty of our veterans, past and present, is the fiber of the world freedom and is stronger by our recognition of service and sacrifice. We honor that service and sacrifice today and should carry it forward for our children to honor. Freedom and democracy are the results of all of the most honorable this country has produced. Today we stand to remember the most honorable amongst us, and we must continue to carry the burden of their sacrifices, lest we lose sight of what true freedom is. Today is for remembering, standing in honor of them, walking in their path of duty, remembering the cost, and hold your hearts, the cause to freedom. We remember today, Veterans Day, our veterans. Amen.
Thank you, Audrey. I would like to thank everyone for coming today and honoring our veterans and commemorating the centennial of the signing of the armistice, ending the war to end all wars. A special thank you to Charlene Dumas and Bernie Hazelton, AMVETS Post 4 Rifle Squad, and DAV Chapter 171 Chaplain Audrey Jones for taking part in today's services. There will be a luncheon at the AMVETS, and I believe the VFW has a relish tray. All three posts will be open, so you can visit us and see what we're all about. That concludes our services for today. It was short and sweet, and have a good day. Thank you.